Is we fucking live? Yeah, Mixer. Shout out to Mixer for making me so unsure. All right, it says we live, but is we really live? I'm gonna assume we live just real quick. So what's the motherfucking deal? It's your boy Geeky Kushitz back up in it, bitch, on some Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed. On Assassin's Creed 4. But we ain't playing Assassin's Creed 4, not yet. This is a save game I already had. And we are here to talk about some motherfucking Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Now, I don't know as much as probably, most, but I did a little bit of digging, and I did watch the trailer when it first came out, at least as soon as I could. Actually, around the time that the live stream where they were showing the shit came out, I had a dead tree in my backyard, and a huge-ass limb went and took out my fucking power. And that's when the downhill of the stream started. But we back in it. I went in and looked into it. And, we already, just to start off here, we're going to start sailing around here in a minute. But to start off, we all knew that the next Assassin's Creed was going to be Viking, themed, Nordic themed. Which I was fine with. Anything but Odyssey. Okay? Now, hear me out. I fucking hate Odyssey. And I played it all. I played the whole fucking story, all the DLC. And for one, I hate when there's a DLC in a game that is like, they like fucking held a piece of fucking cheese on a string and dangled it in front of us and said, and this isn't, well, if y'all ain't Assassin's Creed fans, if y'all didn't play Odyssey, you might want to just click out of here. Get the fuck out of here. They fucking dangled this like between worlds shit, right? Like going to I almost said Atlantis and shit. And we sit here and we go through the whole fucking game, and they're like, well, this is where their story ends. And I was like, well, what the fuck? And then when the season pass came out, they had it on sale for literally like $20, and it came with Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered, which, isn't the best, but I really wanted to play it. And it came with Liberation Remastered, so that was pretty fire. But, either way, I thought Odyssey was fucking garbage, and that's kind of what I started to almost expect from Assassin's Creed. I did not mind Origins at all. I thought Origins was fine. The free running was a little It didn't feel as immersive, but, it worked. The combat was alright. The leveling system was a little iffy. Like, the side missions, you'd have to do, 10 or 15 side missions to fucking level up once you got to a certain level. But it wasn't all that bad. And the fact that they included that little feature where when you go to replay your game, you can keep all your levels and shit, that's kind of fire. That helped out a motherfucking lot. But, but we ain't here for all that. We'll get into those discussions when we get there. We get that when we get that. But yeah, alright, so we're gonna get straight into it. I'm gonna just start rocking on the Jackdaw here. Hopefully no spoilers for Assassin's Creed 4, but just in case, expect that. Again, if you're here, you're probably an Assassin's Creed fan, cause you ain't here for my fucking again fucking message. Every fucking man, the last couple streams, I swear, just been getting Snapchats, but again, I'm not gonna fucking do this justice or anything, and I don't think that I'm gonna spoil anything for Assassin's Creed 4, but I gotta make it apparent, you know what I'm saying? Are we still sailing? I don't know, we'll go at this pace. But either way, so Assassin's Creed Valhalla. People were saying it was originally called Ragnarok or whatever the fuck, and honestly, that shit was kind of fucking whack. Wait a minute, we have a fucking hunter on us? Already? Look, I don't have time to fight. I came here just to cruise, literally. So yeah, we're gonna try and avoid that motherfucker. But either way, we in it, we lit. Those are some ships over there. Yo, we might get jumped during all this. And fuck, we kind of going against the wind. Runs away. That shit's fire. No. Keep pushing it hard. Yo, these wallers are swarming with motherfuckers. Either way, so we're just gonna talk about the little topics, themes, maybe a little bit of a wish list. So let's start now because we're already 4 minutes in. Apologies, y'all ain't here for this bullshit. But I believe the new assassin's name or main character's name is Eivor. Is it? I thought it was Igor for a second, but I think it's Eivor. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna call him fucking Eivor. That's a fucking convoy. We're gonna avoid that. But whatchamacallit, I fuck with the setting. The one thing I'm hoping is that the assassins return. And that was my biggest fucking problem with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, is that assassins ceased to exist. They made an origin story, which takes place in what, like 56 BCE or whatever the fuck, whatever they fucking call it. And I thought I was heading right for a fucking fort that was not about to have it. But they didn't have assassins. They had the history of the fucking, or the legacy of the First Blade, which was not an explanation. It was just some fucking cheesy ass, stupid ass DLC bullshit that you had to play to get to Atlantis. You literally go through hell and back. That's a whole video for another day. I'm gonna have a whole video explaining why I fucking hate Odyssey. And the only time I'd ever play it again is to do it for the channel. But that would be, if we're doing the Assassin's Creed games in chronological order, thank God it's at the end. I'd rather play Syndicate again than that game. And I only played Syndicate once for good reason. You know, it speaks for itself. But either way, so hopefully, from what we can see, the assassins will make a return, and I'm in a restricted area. That fucking sucks. Can I go somewhere nice? Can we not be here? What's over here? Callan, NASA. We're gonna go to NASA and chill. Alright, back into it though. Yeah, hopefully assassins are making a return. They didn't have them in Odyssey, so it'd be nice to see them back. We did see Agor. I'm gonna call him Agor. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Agor with a hidden blade, but his hidden blade was on the top, which usually, if you know, the Assassin's Creed blade is on the bottom of the wrist, and usually, originally, the person who wields it, it must be noble enough to make a sacrifice to, lose their ring finger. And, that was part of the appeal, and this is very, very far back, so, there is no, Assassin's Creed Black Flag type shit where Leonardo da Vinci, makes the hidden blade compatible to not make you sacrifice to Ish. But either way, so basically in this new Assassin's Creed, the setting is supposed to be like, I'm assuming because you're Nordic, it's Vikings shit, it's Nordic. But it's, from the screenshots we've seen, we seen like a village burning while our character was crying. Like either that was his home, or he was feeling bad that he burned the place down. I don't know. I'm gonna assume it was his home or something. Let's just say. So let's say he goes from Norway to England, or at least at the time, what was England. And I can fuck with that saying. We've been to England already in Assassin's Creed Syndicate, but not at that time. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be really nice to see them re-go at that, have a little bit of Norway, like the Northern Lights and some shit. And I think the good part, I don't mind the boat play that they've had in Assassin's Creed since Black Flag. Literally, they've always had, well, technically since fucking 3. But they really made it, like, necessary in every game since Black Flag. Which I don't mind. But sometimes they just felt unnecessarily in the way. Although, you know what? I don't mind blowing fucking ships up. Let me not bitch and complain. But I heard that we actually only used the ship, at least from what we're gathering. We don't actually have a gameplay trailer yet, and we don't know what the game looks like. But it looks like that, you only use your boat, because, Vikings sail, obviously, to go where you gotta go. And, but yeah, no, speaking of, homesteads and stuff, well, not homesteads, but, places of significance in Odyssey, and kind of Origins, places didn't really matter. I could feel it more in Origins than I could in Odyssey. Odyssey, it was just this big, sprawling world throughout dimensions, my dude. And it still didn't really fucking make that much of a fucking, it was empty and dull and all the same color except for the dimensions, you know what I'm saying? You literally go through hell and back in that shit, and if y'all know, you know. Yeah, so hopefully we'll actually have a homestead, a place where we can care about. People we can care about. Kind of what they were doing with Assassin's Creed 3-ish, and what they did a little bit with 4, where, you get your own, spot, right? And you find people across the land who are down on their luck, and you help them out. And they, in return, because they usually would have nothing, we give them shelter, give them fucking salvation, and they can join our homestead to, do whatever they gotta do, cook, or, I don't know, produce lumber, farm, all that type of shit, which would be really, really cool to see. That's what I'm kind of hoping for. We're kind of in the Wishlist era right here, spot, but I'm not gonna say this is a wish list. This is what we've kind of been told. So I'm kind of just going off of what I've slightly read, what I've heard, and what I've seen. I haven't seen a lot. I've seen the gameplay, or not the gameplay trailer, but the the cinematic trailer that they do for all Assassin's Creed games, and But another thing, wrapping all that Homestead shit up. I'm hoping that's lit. I'm hoping that it actually makes you feel like it matters. But speaking of what matters, hopefully, because again, like what they did with Odyssey, it's gonna be dialogue. Selective dialogue or whatever. You could choose what you're gonna say to motherfuckers. And in Odyssey, it did not fucking matter. You could literally fucking burn down a whole village, rape and I can't even fucking speak. Basically, you could fuck the whole world up, and you go do a mission on like 50 feet away, and everyone's like, oh, the fucking hero, the eagle bearer, the fucking Mystios, fucking bullshit. And that shit's kind of fucking booling. But apparently this shit's supposed to make an impact. Maybe like at least some Red Dead fucking type shit where like if you're bad, you're bad. If you're good, you're good. And that's really, and then maybe like a neutral where like that, impacts the ending. Which I can understand being a problem considering when you're in Assassin's Creed, if you don't know this, you are in an Animus. And the Animus is projecting memories from your ancestor or someone else's ancestor with the the Helix project or whatever the fuck. I actually can't remember what it's specifically called, but something to do with Abstergo. I gotta get my bearings back in the Assassin's Creed series. It's been a minute. After Odyssey, it just fucking broke me, so I kind of fell out of Assassin's Creed for a second. I always hold it near and dear to my heart, but I played the fuck out of all the previous games, so I had to take a little break. So I am drawing blanks on some of the details, so forgive me. But so hopefully the choices matter. That's all I'm fucking saying. Hopefully they have some small impact. Doesn't have to have a huge fucking impact, just a little one. Just a little one. But yeah, so it's supposed to take place in the Viking era. I'm not a huge history nut. I mean, I actually really enjoy history. That's part of the fun for Assassin's Creed for me, but I'm not a professional. I'm not gonna act like I'm a fucking professional. Whatchamacallit, I don't know when Vikings took place, like the Viking era. It's obviously past Origins, like BC fucking times, but I'm not exactly sure, so I'm not gonna sit here and try and fuck around. I'm not gonna go and look it up and make y'all wait for me to figure out what it's all about. But it takes place in the Viking era, which could be fucking sick. I'm feeling like it's feeling to be like violent as hell or some crazy shit, you know what I'm saying? Just some cool, like it could still have some cool crazy action shit and all that, but like I just hope they do it right. I hope the combat's not too fucking, you're feeling like a fucking superhero, because that's not supposed to be the case. It's supposed to be kind of not exactly challenging, but like it just needs to look good. And with excuse me, taking a little sip. With Origins and Odyssey, you didn't always feel like a badass. In Odyssey, they just fucking overdid the fuck out of it and said, hey, you can literally murder the whole world. But besides that, let me fucking get on that. But either way, we're gonna get straight into the next topic because we already been fucking kind of rambling over here. It's supposed to be on this gen, Xbox One and PlayStation 4, and it's supposed to be on next gen as well, kind of like how Black Flag did it on the Xbox One Series X and the PlayStation 5. So that'll be cool to see how it differs. I'm gonna hope it's only just from like a graphical standpoint, which I'm assuming that's the situation and all that. But yeah, so that's another good news, that it is at least gonna be on the Xbox One. So I don't have to buy an Xbox One Series X yet. Even though if it's in the budget, I will definitely get an Xbox One Series X or PC. I don't know. And I don't hate PlayStation. I'd get a PS4 for all those exclusives they made, like Uncharted 4 and Infamous Second Son and Until Dawn and Spider-Man and all those games that they wanted to hold for themselves. But they didn't have enough for where I wanted to buy a PS4. I was going to borrow my bro's PS4, but I don't have a way of recording it right now. But if we do get a hold of that, then expect some PS4 exclusives soon. Maybe Infamous Second Son. That'd be really fucking fun. But yeah, so it's supposed to be on next gen and this gen, so that's really cool. But to move along, fucking, oh yeah, thinking about this now, I didn't mind, oh shit, we gotta go. I didn't mind this mechanic or whatever. Ah, shit, they shooting at us. Ah, fuck, we ain't got the time, son. I didn't mind this mechanic, but the eagle in Odyssey and Origins and shit, the eagle as your eagle vision or whatever, your you know, it being that bird you can soar with in the sky, you know, Senu and what was the other one called? I don't remember. But fucking Senu. I mean, it was lit in Origins, kinda. I don't know. I felt involved. I felt like we had a relationship with the fucking eagle, if that makes sense. But in Odyssey, I didn't give a fuck about the bird. At that point, it was just a reused thing. But I guess in this one, it's supposed to be a raven, because they're trying to stick to the Nordic themes of, you know, their religions of, you know, believing in multiple gods and things like that. Just kind of like Odyssey. At that time in Odyssey, they believed in Zeus and you know, fucking just all that shit. Those mythical, like, crazy shit. I'm not gonna get too far into because I don't know my shit. But, you know, so it's supposed to be a fucking raven instead of a Viking, which I'm down with it, as long as it makes sense. I hope they don't just throw it in there just to keep that same mechanic, because they're not afraid to throw away mechanics, you know what I'm saying, just to, you know, to make something new. And I don't know how they could improve upon it. I'm okay with the bird, as long as, you know, it's at least included right. But moving past that, from what I've heard, this is not something I read, so actually I don't know how true this one is, but from what I've heard, they're going to try and do not exactly a non-level based system, but something a little bit better. Like, XP doesn't matter so much. Like, the leveling's different. It's more about how you fight than how powerful you are, if that makes sense. I know that there's going to be a skill graph or whatever. It's not even called a skill tree. It's like a skill fucking graph or whatever. So there's supposed to be like a bunch of skills where, you know, you can earn shit, and that's how you, like, you know, get better or whatever. But I feel like hopefully, you know, you're not just, you know, traversing through the lands and out of nowhere level 60 comes and fucks you in the ass when you're a level 10 or whatever the fuck. Because that shit was not lit. And then having to get to that level just to fight. Man, Odyssey was such a waste of fucking time. I literally put the time to be the tier 1 fucking S tier 1 or whatever the fuck, Mystios, and it was not fucking worth it. I didn't even feel accomplished after I did. I was like, wow, that was a lot of fucking frustration for nothing. But either way, that's besides the point. Hopefully no pointless wandering and shitty side quests for, you know, pointless XP where you feel just obligated to do these side quests that just didn't feel involving. You didn't feel involved with the world around you. It felt more like a fucking chore than it did like a gameplay mechanic, if that makes sense. At least in my opinion. Look, if you like Odyssey, I don't hate you. I just think you're soulless. No, I didn't. As an Assassin's Creed fan, I think that it could have been called something else, and that would have been just fine. And it, you know, it might not have sold as well because it didn't have the Assassin's Creed title. But I did not much appreciate the bullshit. But the main question I really have, this is not, you know, a fact or anything, this is just something I'm having in the back of my head, is it gonna be better than Odyssey? I pray to fucking God. Because if it's not, they're in trouble. I don't know how people were feeling about the RPG elements, I say that word loosely, of Odyssey, but I do know that I fucking hated it, and I hated the exclusion of assassins in Assassin's Creed. But again, that's a fucking video for another day. I think it's going to be better, though. From the little bit I saw, I actually got excited. I really didn't see too much of the marketing for Odyssey. Like, I seen it at the very end. Like, I was excited for it. Honestly, I was really excited for it. I was scared, you know, at the time, because Red Dead 2 was coming out. I was scared that Red Dead 2 was going to suck, and Odyssey was going to be, like, too good, like, too good. But I didn't see that much on fucking Odyssey, so I wasn't even sure. But with Red Dead, the things I saw, I'm like, you know, I don't know, man. It just seems too good to be true. I was still excited for it regardless. Man, I've been waiting for Red Dead Redemption 2 since 2010. And it was real, dude, such a good fucking game. We're actually playing that right now on the channel down below, or somewhere at the end of this. You can find a card to go click on that. Let me turn my ass around because I feel like I'm about to get into a fight when I don't want to. But yeah, so is it going to be better than that shit? Hopefully fucking. I pray to fucking God, because if it's not, Oh shit, I'm dropping shit. Oh, drop the controller. Oh. But, yeah, so I'm not... But, also, I think another thing, now that I'm thinking about it, sorry, I'm fucking slow right now, I took a dab. Whatchamacallit, character traits. That would be another thing that I heard that they were going to try and add, like something to give the character more depth. Like, no shade to the fucking people who voiced Cassandra and Alexios and Odyssey, but their dialogue options were ass, and like there was no, I didn't care for them. They were just literally a tool to get through the world, and I did not give a single fuck about them. There are a lot of enemies in the water, by the way, and that sucks because those voice actors didn't deserve that. They deserved a more memorable character. I feel like those voices were pretty glorious, and they could have idolized that better, but they didn't. And that's just the way it is, and that's fine. So hopefully they, fix that ish. Fix that problem. I heard that it is going to be another choice where you could be a guy or a girl, which is fire, as long as they have their own traits. You know what I'm saying? They should make it different. If you're a girl, you should be, like, again, this is Nordic times, you should be treated differently. And maybe make it fucking, like, almost tougher in a sense to talk to, like, dudes and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Because motherfuckers were savages back then, and if you're a guy, bitches be coming up trying to seduce you and steal your money or some shit. You just something like that, and just like make them different. You know what I'm saying? Make it apparent that they're not like the same person. Just and make them just a shell, so you can get through the game. Because that's just fucking whack. But so yeah, back to the gameplay trailer. I keep calling it the fucking gameplay trailer. The cinematic trailer we got. Whoa. That shit, I don't think the game's gonna look like that, but if it does, whoa. Because it looks like they did a lot more to focus on, faces than they, oh shit, where you at? Over there? We gonna dip. Hopefully they get the facial animation a lot better. Like, the facial animation wasn't bad in Odyssey, it just wasn't all there. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm being an asshole to Odyssey, but I really don't care, fuck Odyssey. But no, the fucking trailer was fire. I highly recommend it. I don't know if I'll have the link down below. I'm gonna try to. I don't really have sources either to per se give. I'm new to this whole rant discussion shit we're doing, so I'll learn as I go. So forgive me. But no, yeah, fucking the gameplay trailer is fire. I highly recommend it. It's Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That's Valhalla, Valhlla. I think I'm spelling that right. Go fucking peep it, because that shit's bad fucking ass. Just the little that they show us was just fucking fire. We're gonna go to Havana, because I haven't been here. This is the place you start off in the beginning of the game. I gotta go see this place again. We're gonna wander around before we wrap this up. But no, the trailer's fire. Go peep it. If the game looks anywhere close to that, then it's a fucking success on the fucking, graphical aspect. But another thing I kind of wanted to get into before we get into the wish list, I guess you could say, and I don't even really have a wish list, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it. I think I've already talked about the things I want to see low-key. But from what I heard, this might be like the ending of an era. Like the ending of the Syndicate through, or well, no, I wouldn't say Syndicate, the Origins through, to Valhalla would be, the end of an era. Like if you, like the first 4 Assassin's Creed games, Assassin's Creed 1, 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations, that was an era. And then you had 3, Black Flag, technically fucking Rogue and Unity, and Syndicate, and that was the end of an era. That was the longest era where it was kind of, that became the new norm. Although everyone remembers the classic fucking Assassin's Creed, style. Which I didn't even hate how they developed it. I didn't really hate it until Odyssey. Honestly, I didn't mind it in Origins. I was just so blinded by how big the world was, and I was so excited to go through fucking ancient Egypt. That's another one. That's got to be a video in itself on how much I actually really love Origins. Which, again, look, they could have done something better for the origin story of the Assassins, probably. But could y'all have done better? Maybe. I couldn't have. So I accept it. Odyssey, I don't accept. But no, it's supposed to be the end of an era. So hopefully they do it justice, and maybe it's also the end of the era for the real world aspect. Because, like I said, if you didn't hear earlier, if you don't know, when you are in Assassin's Creed right now, where we are in the Animus, going over the memories of our ancestor or an ancestor plugged into, you know, a computer. And there's, you know, usually a main person throughout, like Black Flag to Syndicate. They didn't even really have one. They pretty much made it you. You were the initiate and shit. And I mean, that's cool and all, but you know, could have done with a little bit of a better character. And then they brought fuck, what's that chick's name? Yo, what's that girl's name from fucking Origins and Odyssey? Oh, people are gonna be mad as hell at me. I cannot remember her name right now. Is it like Layla or something like that? Fuck, dude. Look, listen, forgive me. I'm drawing fucking blanks here. It's been a minute since I played Origins, and I've blocked out most of Odyssey because it just fucked my life up. But you know, you're playing as this one woman right now, and originally we play with Desmond. And, you know, spoiler alert for the original Assassin's Creed stuff and Assassin's Creed 3 Odyssey. If you don't want to hear it, get the fuck out of here. 3, 2, 1, ha ha ha. Desmond dies. Which, that was the one fucking thing I hated about Assassin's Creed 3. But at the time, back in 2012, when I was only like 13, 14, I kind of accepted it. I was kind of like, okay, I understand. Even though I really didn't. Now that I think about it, I really miss fucking Desmond. Either or, it is what it is. You know, we you know, can't really fix nothing now. Damn, this game's actually low-key beautiful. But for me, I don't know what they mean by the end of an era, but hopefully they do Homegirl justice, because she wasn't a horrible character. I didn't hate her. I clearly didn't like her enough to remember her name right now. I'm really drawing blanks. Like, I'm so unsure of what her name is, I don't want to say it in case I'm wrong as fuck. So y'all know who I'm talking about. The girl that's on, you know, the outside of the Animus, reliving the shit through Bayek and Alexios and Cassandra. And, but yeah. But to start wrapping this video up, because damn, we are already a half an hour in, holy fucking shit. I'm really fucking excited for this new Assassin's Creed game. I really think it's a better, you know, they're gonna fix what they done fucked up in Odyssey, at least enough where I can respect it. It doesn't have to be the perfect Assassin's Creed game, but as long as it's Assassin's Creed enough, I think you can't really fuck up this Viking setting, you know, with how they've been going with their action-oriented shit and not so much of too much of stealth. I mean, there's stealth in Origins and Odyssey, but it really depends on you. In Odyssey, it really doesn't fucking matter if you're stealth or not. In Origins, it was utilized a little better, but that's the point. I was thinking, at least with Origins. But for me, I've been playing Assassin's Creed since Brotherhood. Right around the time that Revelations was about to come out, or at least I remember getting the Game Informer that had old Ezio on the front, and then when you, like, you know, opened up both sides of the covers, you know, the front cover and the back cover, it had Altair on the back. Kind of like, you know, the front cover that we have and we know today. And I remember that game coming out, and I remember playing Brotherhood, getting into it, and then figuring out that was like the third game in the series, so I went back, played 1, loved it, went back, played 2, fucking sucked at it, but I still loved it because it was the beginning of my favorite assassin probably of all time's fucking story, Ezio Auditore da Firenze. I can't say anything right, can I? Don't mind me, but Ezio Auditore, fucking damn near the greatest assassin of all time. If not the greatest assassin of all time, I don't know who is. But, and then when Revelations came out, by that time I already played all the 3 that they had out at the time, and the ending of Ezio's story, the fact that you see him from a young boy to old man, just being the greatest fighter of all time, but also becoming one of the most knowledgeable assassins of all time and most respected, it's a hell of a fucking story, and I can't wait to get to it, even though I might skip Assassin's Creed 2. If we do Brotherhood, I'll, like, fill y'all in on what happens if y'all haven't seen it before. And it's not that... It's a really good game, Assassin's Creed 2, but it's just not... something about it just gets difficult at times, and I get lost in it sometimes. It's weird. Like, I don't know. It's not my favorite, if that makes sense. It's not my least favorite, though, by any means necessary. No, it's still up there, but I just haven't played it in a while, and I'd be so fucking rusty. I guess that's how it is with all these Assassin's Creed games, though, low-key. But for me, Assassin's Creed holds a fucking special place in my heart, just like the Call of Duty series, just like Grand Theft Auto. But Assassin's Creed is different. Like, I've been into it since, 2000 fucking, a little bit late 2009, maybe 2010. It just, to think of where this game has gone, and just seeing all these games come out, it's been a fucking journey. And I've enjoyed most of it until we, got to Odyssey, and then but I was older, so I thought, okay, whatever, things kind of get shitty over time, that's cool, it's whatever, and I still played it. I've fucking put like 120 hours into fucking Odyssey. Not fucking worth it, but I did, because, I'm true to I stick to my fucking guns. I'll fucking see the shit through. But, with that being said, I'm very excited for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I think they're gonna do it right. I think the new assassins will do well, and hopefully they don't have to like include the assassins, you know what I'm saying? Just make it to where, like, just like in Black Flag, again, spoilers, if you don't want to know, you don't want to know, so get the fuck on. See you in the next one. But in Black Flag, you don't even start as an assassin. You're just a pirate who kind of sides with the Templars until you don't really agree with them. You're just trying to rob them and get some money. But then you realize that the assassins really do give a shit, and like you kind of understand their purpose. And it's not really until just about the end of the game you become an assassin. But maybe they could do something like that, where, like, not until the middle or like near the end of the game until then you don't become an assassin. Truly, which could bring us back to the Hidden Blade being on the top, because he's not making that sacrifice. Maybe he just, he's a Viking, maybe he just wants to show off his weapons, because, the thing of the time was to be the most intimidating. But, getting all goofy. But maybe it's because he doesn't even exactly know the assassins at that point in time when we see him with the shit above, you know what I'm saying? But maybe eventually, when he does become an assassin, he will make the sacrifice and take off his ring finger. But only time will tell. This shit's not coming out until fucking, whatchamacallit. I think it's, when's it coming out again? I think it's holiday 2020, so we're gonna be on the look for that. We're definitely gonna fucking play it when it fucking comes out. Sorry, I'm sending a fucking text because I'm fucking unprofessional like that. Sorry, my bad. Damn. Yeah, I'm booing. Sorry. Anyway, that's very unprofessional of me, and I deeply apologize. I want to go over a wish list low-key, but I don't really have one. I just hope that there is assassins. I hope that our character is not relatable, but at least we can kind of give a fuck about him, you know what I'm saying? And I hope I don't mind the dialogue choices, I just hope they matter. That's really it. I really don't. I'm not that picky. You know what I'm saying? I'm easily pleased, dude. I like the worst of every fucking game series. Like, I really didn't mind Assassin's Creed 3. I fucking hated Connor, but that's a fucking video for another day. But either way, this shit's dragged on way too fucking long. This is my opinion of Assassin's Creed Valhalla coming out soon as fuck. Not really. It's actually, we got the whole summer and fall to go through. But it feels so soon. But there's a lot of good games coming out. You know the fucking deal. We lit. We in it. I'm very excited. And I actually can't wait to see what they're going to do. I don't have my expectations sky high, but I think they'll do it right. I got a feeling that it's going to be a fun journey. So that's just my opinions. That's just shit that I read on and have seen and heard about the game. So I don't really, again, I'm no professional by any means necessary. I'm still new to all this YouTube shit, so I apologize if, I wasted your time and you thought I was going to give you some crazy insight to all this. I just telling you what I know, what I, hope to see from this stuff. And I want to start more Assassin's Creed topics because I'm a big fan of the series, and we haven't done any Assassin's Creed stuff. I did do a couple streams of Assassin's Creed 1 and Brotherhood on the Mixer, which you can follow down below if you want to see the earlier ish you wouldn't usually see, because that's something y'all didn't see. I figured I wasn't ready to do that in a Let's Play yet, so I just never uploaded it. I treated it like a Let's Play for a little bit, but then I realized, it wasn't going to go up. It just wasn't the time. But hopefully Assassin's Creed 1 walkthrough coming soon. I'm going to try. I haven't started it yet. I don't know if I'm gonna. I wanna, but I can't tell the future. So with that being said, down below, like I said, you can follow the mixer, see the ish earlier, see ish you wouldn't usually see. You can spell it like that. Down there is all a bunch of wonky fucking letters and numbers and all that stupid ish because I'm unprofessional. You can also follow the music down below. You can see the name to my music or my group TripleDollarSign's music because we make music too. Because we some SoundCloud rappers around here. Nah, we just like being creative, you dig? Go check out homie Bear Labs Inc. because he's got some new tunage coming out as well with myself. New album in the making. I don't know about coming out anytime in this late spring, but hopefully sometime in midsummer. Definitely songs coming out very, very soon. Just gotta record them. That's really it. It's been really hard with, the whole COVID shit going around, but, we're working it out. A lot of shit to come, a lot of shit to do. Like and subscribe if you want to join the journey. We do videos like this all the motherfucking time now. At least I've been trying to. And we be doing full Let's Plays. That's the main thing we do here. We sit down, we just play games, man. There's nothing else to do in this fucking crummy-ass time. But either way, let me get the fuck out of here because I've already taken up all your time. I don't even know if y'all are here. If y'all are fucking legends. I fucking love y'all. Thanks to all three of y'all. Like and subscribe and all that ish. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And thanks for fucking coming. Be motherfucking safe. God motherfucking damn, y'all motherfuckers ain't safe. I say fuck a lot. Fuck.